Oh my god, indeed, we're live, I do believe. Welcome everyone to TFRL A-League, round 2, here at the Sakia International Circuit in Bahrain. The lovely voice of Lightning Zig, as you could hear there. I'm Jim Ted14, I'm going to be your lead commentator and F1 coordinator once again. And joining me in the commentary box, I will say goodbye to everyone. Now at this point, good luck. I am joined in the commentary box, as always, by Mr. KLC73. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. First question that I want to ask you is, we haven't got Vulcan here tonight. Who do you think will inherit the mantelpiece of race victory tonight?
I'm struggling between Button, Matt, Wiseleague, and Zig. Those are my 4 favourites, but if I were to choose one, I would choose Wiseleague.
Wiseleague. Interesting. He did finish second, of course, in Australia last time. If you're wondering why I was saying "oh no" in the background, it's because my connection went down briefly. I'm going to send out another batch of invites. Seraph has just joined, which is good to see. I also need to invite a certain new driver that we've got, unless he's already here, which he isn't. We will have the same tenants if he's online. I hope he is. Let's go down my friends list. Oh, what account is Fran on, by the way? VSR_Francis. Yeah, I've just received a message from him on Twitter. I'll read it in literally 2 minutes. There he is. Got him. He should have got an invite. So we're going to be having 14 drivers once again here tonight. If Fran does join, I shall tell him to go into a spare car. And then we can get the show on the road for round 2 at the Sakia International Circuit in Bahrain. And it is 7 o'clock, so we will be starting a couple of minutes late. Probably 2, maybe 3 minutes late. Oh, I've received 2 messages at the same time. Right, Right, I'm just sorting out 2 drivers at the minute. Oh, why have I put airplane mode on? Ridiculous. So we will wait until these drivers do join. Hopefully they both can join us and we'll have 15 people attending. You're muted once again. Right, Thick Rogue can't make it, which is okay. Just trying to sort out everything literally last minute. It's not great. Right, I'm going to send out another batch of invites to everyone and then we can get it underway. As long as Fran... I thought it was going to be 9 PM my time. Oh, I think Thick Rogue's under the impression that it's 8 o'clock. Which, of course, was our all time until I moved it to 7 o'clock. It just works better, I think, with 7 o'clock instead of 8. Even though the attendances might be down. Right, let's give everyone invites. Not sure what Alexander's doing. Alatakia and Bera. If we can get him in. Right. Oh dear. Right, we can... Shall we start? I don't know whether to start, and because Fran hasn't got back to me yet. Not ideal. 12 people are watching. Thank you for tuning in to TFRL A-League Round 2. It's myself and Aaron Collingwood in the box tonight, once again. I will go spectator mode in literally... Well, I'll go spectator mode now. Elixir is coming in. Oh, Unseen is here. Elixir is here. Good evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. Onyx has also said, hello. My tyre management is just bad on this track. What about you guys? I'm not sure if you want to say anything about the tyre management around this track?
Well, the tyre management is pretty bad, of course. The hot temperatures of the desert can affect that, so that's something that drivers will have to look out for.
Yep. Oh! That's an unexpected face that I've just seen join. Vaporizer is here, so he's in the Toro Rosso. Have we got a spare Toro Rosso? I think we do. Yes, we do. So he can go Toro Rosso, and then we can start. Beautiful. Fantastic. We've got both mats here. We've got 14 people. Some of those drivers that didn't attend last week, that attended last week, sadly can't make it, like the likes of Kazizzle, who's just put in a hello in the comment section, I see. I think we can go. Right, there we go. That should be sent out. Countdown has started already. 14 drivers. Vaporizer just needs to get into his Toro Rosso, which I'm hoping he can get into. If not, I will count his points towards the Toro Rosso team because he is meant to be here. He has attended, and he'll be, well, what's he? Will he be? He'll be put into the Mercedes, I think, at the minute if he doesn't.
Yeah, he will.
And there we go. 14 drivers loading in to Bahrain, the beautiful deserts of Bahrain, at the Sakhir International Circuit, otherwise known as the Bahrain International Circuit, I think it's called nowadays. Berra's just sent a message saying, sorry, it's his girlfriend's birthday. Happy birthday, Berra's girlfriend, if you might be tuning in, or if you're watching this at a later date. Yeah. I was also going to mention something, but I forgot what I was going to mention, which is not ideal. It was to wish somebody well, but yeah. Anyways, we're getting into the session now. 14 drivers, as I already alluded to. There was a little bit of a glitch on the left-hand side, saying people were on an outlap already. Vaporizer, what car has Vaporizer gone in? He's gone in a Haas. That's not... Yeah, that's okay, to be honest. The other Haas driver is... If I get my spreadsheet up... oh, Vulcan, and he's not attending. So I'll count Vaporizer's points towards Toro Rosso anyways. Bit of action going on in the Mercedes garage. Hammers looks like he's coming out first. Yes, and the Ferrari covers are coming off as well on Boltzmann's car. There is also a Force India coming out. Sorry, both Red Bulls are coming out. Mr. Collingwood, what's your top 3 for qualifying?
I'm gonna go Zig, Wiselig, Button.
Zig? Zig on pole? You must be joking. It's just taken as a bit as a surprise, really. I've got to be honest. I'm going to go for Seraph for pole. I'm going to go Button second, and I'm going to go Matt 32575 for third. And of course, the names in this lobby, the left-hand side of the screen. Quite a good lineup, I've got to say, for A-League tonight. Even though there's 14 drivers, 7 attendances last week, we might not have had the attendance compared to other leagues like FRL, but we certainly do have the quality of racing. No accidents, hopefully, here tonight. Who was first out on track, by the way? It was Hamres, wasn't it? I think, in the Mercedes. Let's have a look. Have I said it? Oh, yeah, I've said a top 3 for qualifying. Yeah, that's about it, really. Mercedes, though, of Hamres, about to start this lap. He is the first one out on track. There is a Red Bull behind him, who I think is Wiselig behind him. Hamres coming around the final corner now to start this lap. The Dutchman currently on, currently competing in AOR F6. I'm not sure how his first race got on, but you might be ending up like Hamres in AOR. That's what we dream of for our drivers. AOR is a mainstay, and I know, Aaron, obviously your talent acquisition manager at CSR, which is great, and you'll be watching with bated breath at some of these drivers, I think, tonight. Hammers reaches the end of the first sector. It's a 28 flat in the first sector from the Dutchman. Not looking overly quick, I've got to say, in the first sector. He's a little way off the pace, I think. The yellow flag in sector 3, I think cars are just starting their laps, so nothing to worry about there. Of course, we've got the extended 18-minute qualifying compared to the 12-minute qualifying that we were used to on F1 2017. That's really the only major change, apart from ERS and another DRS zone around this track, I think. Am I right? No, I'm not right. Hammers are reaching the end of the middle sector. 105.2, I think I had that as. 13 viewers, 26 comments. That's very, very original, I've got to say. When we get a little break... Somebody's off?
Wisely.
Oh yeah, Wisely's off. He's got front wing damage. Let's just cut back to Hammers because he's just about to finish his lap. Hammers finishing his lap. Ooh, a 26.9. So first sub 27 time set by Hammers. What sort of lap times are you expecting from these guys around here?
Maybe around 26.3, 26.2 for pole position. Of course, different setups from when the first from when the game first came out, so I think times will be slightly quicker than what Hammers just posted.
Not a bad lap from Variable there, 27.2 in the Haas, going second. Postman on the softs has gone third with a 27.4, and Joe is just a tenth off him, well, under a tenth off him in the McLaren, in fourth currently as Jompalainen beats both of them, beats those three drivers. Matt sticks it up into a 130.8. I would say Matt has got to improve quite a lot, but I think that was probably just his banker lap, as Button puts it third in the McLaren as well. Who else is on the lap? Anybody of note? Onyx Mur around the final corner. The Dutchman, I think he's coming in the pits though. He is coming in the pits. I think he might have had a bit of spin, possibly. Right side end plate damage coming into the pits there. Not quite sure. Zig, I think, is the only other person that has done a lap in the Sauber. Of course, his teammate Lightning Gasly is missing. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Good luck to Lightning Gasly. He is watching, Mr. Murdoch. Good luck in your races at the weekend. It's his last ever race in Carton for this season. So, very, very, well, good luck to him for the race weekend. And I'm glad he is tuning in to watch his compadre, Lightning Zig, go, well, he set a 27.2, but which would have put him 6th, but it is an invalidated lap. Who else is on the lap? I think Matthias is on the lap, is he? Oh no, he's just reached the hot lap. He's on a hot lap. Seraph is on a lap on the softs. Let's ride on board with Seraph, taking a bit of action on the Force India, the Portuguese driver, who I've got to say, who, did he attend last week? Gotta have a look.
I think he did.
Yes, he did. He finished 10th after that absolute chaotic opening 5 laps to Australia last week. Seraph coming at the end of the middle sector. He's looking nowhere near the top guys at the minute. That's probably because he's on softs. Probably because this is a bit of a banker lap. Just getting caught over the curb there as well, the Portuguese driver. Seraph did finish 3rd, I think, last season in TFRL A-League. And he'll be trying to put his 10th place finish in Australia and try and put that behind him, as he scores 8th ahead of Matt 325.75. Hammer's on top though. Is it surprising that he's on top?
Yeah, I didn't think that Hammers would be at the top. Of course, it's just the first set of lap times, so people could improve on the 26.9 provisional pole position time, but I still think that time will be beaten come the end of the session.
I think his time is going to be beaten in probably about 15 seconds time, because I think Matthias is on an absolute flyer here in the Toro Rosso, his fellow Dutchman, trying to go quicker than a 26.9. How's he looking? This is well quicker than a 26.9. Matthias 26.5. He goes pole for now by 0.4 of a second. Hammer is second and Jompalainen drops down to third place. I'm a bit surprised at Hassan as well. 27-1, fifth. Nice lap by him in the Red Bull, taking over from Mark NUFC, of course, tonight. Seraph is up 1.1 seconds in the middle, as Lightning Zig has just set a 27.271 and goes 7th. Seraph is improving though. He is 1.1 seconds up, as I've just said, on his lap. So he should be going ahead, possibly, of Hassan here. Around about Button and Hassan. Yeah, he puts it right up there, just 2 thousandths off Hassan's time, and he goes 6th on the softs, and he is quicker than his fellow soft tyre runner, Boastman, in the Ferrari, with a 27.4. As Wiselig sticks it up to 2nd in the Red Bull. Very nice lap from the podium sitter last time out in Australia. Of course, did finish 2nd. I will take you through the standings now, before I forget. Vulcan, of course, won in Australia, so he gets 25 points, plus his 2 points for pole position, so it's 27. Wiselig 2nd on 18, Lightning Gasly 3rd on 15, Boastman 4th on 12, Variable on 10, Lightning Zig on 8, Berra got fastest lap as well as 7th place, so he gets 7 points and not 6. Alatakia is 8th, Onyx Mer is 9th, and Seraph sitting in 10th early on in the standings. Haas currently sitting top of the constructors as the yellow flag in sector 1. Not quite sure who that might have been. Hassan has left the session, which is pretty concerning. If anybody is watching the stream, has got the stream on in the background and is competing tonight and can send Hassan an invite, that'll be much appreciated. We have reached halfway though in the qualifying session, and Matthias on top in the Toro Rosso with a 1:26.5, nearly matched by Wiselig, the Brit, with a 1:26.599. Hammer's in 3rd with a 1:26.9. Then it's Jumpalainen, 27 flat in 4th. He's just about to go onto the lap as well. Button, Hassan, Seraph, Variable, Onyx, who was gone ahead of his fellow Lightning Esports teammate, Lightning Zig. Top 10, Bossman, Joe, Variable, Vaporizer and Matt are the top 14. Everyone's set a lap, which is good to see. Oh! Bossman goes quickest, 26.3. I think you predicted that, didn't you? 26.3 from one of these guys.
Indeed. Hamres is also coming up to the line.
Oh, did he improve? He did. He improved 26.6, 3/10 improvement there by the Mercedes driver. And I think Jumpalainen, did he put it up to 5th? No, I think he was already in 5th. Well, obviously, Bossman's gone pole. He was 4th, wasn't he? So Hammers jumps Jumpalainen, I think, there. Look, between... Have you seen, between 5th and 11th, there's just 2/10, nearly 3/10 separating those 7 drivers.
Yeah, it's very, very close. As you said in the lobby before we entered, that we have a very close grid and a very a good set of quick drivers, and it is showing.
Yep, I'm just going to check the comments, see if we've got anything coming through. Bank job. Ballboy is here. I shall come back for the rest start. I'm distracted with Mario Party, which was released today. Well, as long as that keeps him distracted from commenting. Jumpalainen, 26.6, goes 5th. And I think Hassan has just joined back the session because his name has just disappeared on the left-hand side. And Matt, wow, that's a good lap on the softs. Wow. 26.6 from Matt on the softs. He could be the one to watch out for if he goes on the supers. Theoretically, how much can he improve on his lap, do you think?
I think for the tyre difference between the supers and the softs will be around about half a second, so I think Matt could get pole position if he goes for the super softs.
Wow, and of course Matt did miss last week. I'm not sure the reason why he missed last week, but he did miss last week, and there is quite a few comments coming through, I've got to say, which is good to see. Toad has also joined us. Lixa is saying Matt for the win, which, looking at the current theoretical times, it's hard to say why he shouldn't be not on pole position. Got 5.5 minutes left in the session. He's got plenty of time to get round. He's run out of fuel as well. Is anybody on a lap though? Let's have a check. Jompelanen's coming back in. Variable's coming back in. No, absolutely no one is on a lap at the minute. You've got a bit of a glitch. I've got a bit of a glitch on my screen. I can't go from... Oh no, it's fixed itself. It's fine. I was just having a glitch where I couldn't get from Vaporizer to Joe. 14th and 13th. Yeah, it kept jumping up to the pole sitter, postman. But I'm glad it's sorting it out. Matt will win. Don't count out Postman, says Kazizzle. And we saw what he did do in FOL F2. If you didn't watch that race, me and Bulbo commentated on it, of course. And if you didn't see that, Postman did win by I think it was about 3.9 seconds in the end from Lixer. He was also joining us in the comments section. Put your predictions down for top 3 in qualifying. Put your predictions down for top 3 in the race. And hopefully this week I can be bothered to do driver interviews. I know Just Games 95 is commentating though, so it might be hard to do. hard to do. Oh. Right, Vaporizer's coming out the pits. Anybody on a lap? Onyx is on a lap on the softs. Plenty of guys on the out lap. We will see a flurry activity, I think, around the 3-minute mark in this session. Onyx and the Williams, of course, teaming up with, if I get my sheet up, I've got to transfer from one spreadsheet to the other. He is supposed to be he's supposed to be teaming up with Thick Rogue, and Thick Rogue's not here tonight. And of course, we've got B-League tomorrow. If everyone does want to tune in for that, it's at the same time, just a different day, 7 o'clock. Onyx Mer is not improving on his lap, I don't think. No, it's 27.6. 4/10 off in the end. Good to see Hassan has joined back, and he is on an out lap, and he's just about to start his lap actually. I thought I saw that right. I thought Bossman was improving 1.1 seconds in the first sector.
Let me check.
But he's not. And for those of you who might be eagle-eyed amongst us and have picked up on the fact that the top 14, the 14 drivers that are attending tonight, are separated by 1.5 seconds, I think that's pretty good going for A-League, if I've got to be honest. Vaporizer just needs to improve his lap, and we could potentially have a full second separating the 14 drivers tonight. Which is very, very good. How's Bossman looking in the middle sector?
Validated.
Oh dear. I think he is gunning for another lap. Just locking up. Yellow flag in sector 2. Onyx Mer has retired. I think he might have spun. Possibly. Let's run on board with variable, see if he has spun. I can't see his car on the left hand side of the screen, so I think he might have just retired out the session. Button, Jompalainen coming out the pits. Matt 32575 coming out the pits. All coming out with about 1 minute and 40 left in the session, and I've got another glitch.
Oh, Vaporizer is round.
Vaporizer is round. I can get to him. Oh, that's a weird place to spin. How on earth has he done that? He's on the super softs as well. Very interesting. Bossman did come back into the pits, by the way, so he's not going to get another lap in. So all his fate for provisional pole lies in the hands of the other drivers around him. Matthias, Weislig, Matt 32575, Hamres and Jompalainen, I would say, are the ones that could potentially snatch pole. But I think Button and Seraph, though, will probably improve, but Seraph is not out on track. Hamres is retired out of the session. Anybody actually on a lap?
Variable.
Yep, Variable's on a lap. Let's run on board with him. Just approaching the second DRS zone round Bahrain. And now he's on the super softs, trying to improve on a 27.2, which could see him go above Button and Seraph potentially. Seraph, of course, not out of the pits, so he's not going to be setting another lap in this session. 8th place is the best he can finish in this session. I think Variable is looking right on the pace, though. I'm sure he was quicker than Matthias through that middle sector. Variable approaching the final corner now, and he is within 120, so he is improving. Variable, this is going to be a 26, I think, from Variable. He's going to come across the line. 26.9, and he sticks it ahead of Button and Seraph as predicted. So nice 2/10 improvement there from Variable in the Haas. Who else is on the lap? Let's have a look. Hassan at the final corner is improving by 7/10. In fact, he's just gone, oh, he's just at a 26.9. Was that an invalidated lap? It's, oh, hang on, it's removed his time.
Yeah, it has.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Everyone's pretty much in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Matthias, Wisely, let's go on board with them two next. I think Matthias is coming around the final corner and he is improving. This could be a 25, possibly, from Matthias. He's about to come across the line. Matthias, 26.2, he goes pole. It's a Bossman's provisional pole. And his decision is Wisely going to improve. He does! 26 flat from Wisely. What a lap that is. Anybody else improving in behind? Jumpalainen has had a spin. Button, I think, is next up towards the line. George just goes ahead of him. Is Button improving? He's on the softs. Is Button improving? I don't think he is. No, he didn't improve. 10th off in the end. Jumpalainen, Matt has run out of fuel right at the end of his lap. And if he didn't run out of fuel, I think he probably would have been going up there towards pole position. Jumpalainen is going to come across the line, and that will be qualifying over at the Sakhir International Circuit here under the beautiful bright night lights of Bahrain. Jumpalainen staying 6th there, and here is the rundown of the order. 14 drivers. Pretty much, you've got to be honest, they were separated by a second and a half until the games changed to Sam's time. Wiselig goes on pole, 2nd last time out in Australia. Is he going to try and win here in Bahrain? He's got pole, Matthias in 2nd, Boastman in 3rd. Nice 3/10 gap separating them three. Matt in 4th on the softs, watch out for him. Hamres, Jumpalainen, Variable, Joe, Button, Seraph top 10, watch out for him again on the softs. Onyx, Zig, Vaporizer also on the softs, and Hassan saying his session is unplayable, which is not great news at all, and he's starting from the back of the grid. Let's have a check on the comments while we load into the race screen. And we have loaded into the screen now. Let's just have a check on the comments. Put down your comments, by the way, if you're tuning in and are wanting to see. I touched the rumble strip and I get an invalidated lap. Well done, says Zig there. Licks are predicting Matt, Matthias and Seraph 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Is anybody readied up on your screen?
No.
Right, we have a bit of a problem then, I think. Oh no, Button's ready up, there we go. I think everyone was just getting their setups in, nothing to be concerned about. Unseen commenting Matt Wisely Boastman top 3. I'm going to come to you, Mr. Collingwood, and ask for your top 3 prediction.
I'm going to follow with Unseen and go Matt Wisely. But then my 3rd place will be Jumpalainen.
Jumpalainen, interesting. Hassan is starting from the back, so if his session does become unplayable, he can just retire from the session on his own leisure. I mean, if the game is unplayable on his end, it certainly isn't on our end. So I think it's just another server issue, as per usual with F1 2018. My top 3 prediction, I'm going to go a bit out of the way and say Matthias for 1st. I'm going to go Wisely 2nd, and I'm going to go Matt 32575 third. I'd like to point out a couple of drivers to watch out for on the bottom. There's quite a few to watch out for, I think. Tonight, Button from 9th has got the potential to make places early. Seraph, again, has got potential to make places early. He's starting on the softs. Onyx, Zig, Vaporizer, I think them three are well worth a watch in this race. In fact, let's just say everyone's worth a watch in this race. And interesting to see Onyx, Lightning, Zig, Vaporizer and Hassan all starting on the soft compound of tyre. Along with Seraph and Matt, because they qualified on those compounds, of course. Are you expecting any one-stops around here? And if so, who from?
Yeah, I'm expecting one-stops from everyone on the soft tyres.
One-stops from everyone on the softs. Interesting. I don't know. I was going to go for one of the super softs runners to do a one-stop. If I was to put anybody, if I was to put my money on anybody for this from the super soft compound of tyre to go a one-stop, might have to be Matthias. But now everyone starts to load up onto the grid, which is good to see. I think we're waiting for Lightning Zig. He's traditionally late to the grid as per usual. Traditionally late to everything these days. At least he's not drinking like he was in one of the pre-season races that we had. I think it was in Italy. He was having just an alcoholic beverage, let's put it that way. But we are about to get started here in Bahrain. We'll take on board the view of Wisely. Hopefully we get a good camera shot. Not like last week. 5 red lights about to go out. That is a perfect camera shot. Wisely is going to lead them off the line. 5 red lights about to go out, and it's lights out and away we go at the Sakhir International Circuit. Round 2 in Bahrain begins, and Matthias has already got the jump on Wisely, and Bossman's going to try and put his car up there into turn 1. Everyone taking it very nice and cautiously. We don't want to repeat the B-League, and Matthias takes the lead into turn 1, and I think everyone is clean and behind. Wisely loses the lead from turn 1. Oh, somebody's in the barrier. Going off in the gravel. That's Vaporizer going off. Wisely trying to go around the outside of Matthias for the lead in the meantime. Bossman now up his inside. Surely not through here. Bossman up his inside. Oh, Wisely just gets forced off a little bit by Bossman's inside car. Forced into a bit of a mistake there. Variable in 4th and looking for moving behind. Button right up the inside. 3 wide. Through there. Wow, that's unbelievable. Matt Hamres and Button going 3 wide through here. And somehow they've all got through it without front wing damage. But then again, I say that Hamres has got front wing damage on the left side end plate. Onyx trying to recuperate as well after just running the back of Button, I think, there. Button looks for a move on Hamres down the inside. This is for 6th position on track, and I think he's got that done. Or has he? He will have the traction around the outside. I think Button has got that move done. Hamres will try and fight it back. Zig has just dropped down a couple of positions there. Joe and Hassan battling it out. But we approach the end of lap 1. Matthias, Wisely, Bossman, Variable, your top 4. First lap thoughts from Mr. Collingwood.
Yeah, it was very clean up front. The top 4 all getting away well, apart from Wisely.
Here comes Bossman.
Starting, he's now under attack from Bossman.
Bossman's up the inside in the Ferrari. I think he's got the move done. I can't quite see. He has got the move done. Nice move by Bossman up to 2nd place. Wisely drops back down to 3rd from the lead of the race. Variable 4th, and Matt on the softs, currently best out of the soft runners, in 5th. Nice to see the heat haze coming from the cars as well, as Onyx tries to go for a move on Hamres in the background. Lightning Zig is in the pits. I fear he might have front wing damage, front wing change possibly there from Zig. He's gone on for a set of super softs, which is quite interesting. But Wisely, who's the closest battle on track? Let's have a look. Probably Hassan and Joe. Hassan on the soft tyres as Hamres has just made a little mistake and Onyx gets past him. So Onyx is now up to 7th place. Hamres down to 8th. Hassan just losing time on Joe on the soft compound of tyre. As out front, Matthias maintains that 7/10th lead in the Toro Rosso from Bossman and the Ferrari. Wisely 3rd, Variable 4th, and Matt is pushing on Variable. We could potentially see a move, possibly down the straight here, and Button is getting in on the act as well. So potentially a 3-way battle for 4th starting to develop here at the end of lap 2. Has Matt got a good run off? Hassan has left the session. I think his session has become unplayable again. Boltzmann sets the fastest lap, and he has closed a 10th on Matthias. It'll be interesting to see if he can make any sort of move. Speaking of moves, I think Matt's going for a move on the inside of turn 1. Going up the inside of variable. Doesn't quite pull it off. Wasn't quite aggressive enough on that. And making a move in the background. Jumpalainen around the outside of Hamres. Oh, beautiful move. Jumpalainen up to 8th place. Jumping Hamres, who I think is coming under attack again, Jumpalainen. And Hamres now dives it up the inside. I think it might have been a case of deja vu there, possibly, as Jumpalainen was in fact getting attacked by Hamres, and now Seraph in the background. Closest battle on track, 9th, 10th and 11th. Vaporizer struggling early on. Oh, Seraph pushing off for Jumpalainen there. Jumpalainen may just have had a little bit short of room, possibly. Hamres picks up a 3-second time penalty for cutting the left-hander there. Hassan's just commented in the chat that he started with a broken front wing, which is very interesting. Jumpalainen now trying to go for a move on the inside of Hamres, but I think Hamres will have it coming now on the inside line. He was on the outside line. Jumpalainen will try and get back up the inside. Just forced off. Oh, Jumpalainen could have went for a spin there, and that's going to let Seraph take full advantage potentially. Jumpalainen just using the track to his advantage there, and he keeps the position for now with Joe now on the back as well. Could we see a move from Matt, do you think? On the inside, variable? He's catching him. Around the outside. He's going around the outside. Matt's going around the outside of turn 1. This is gusto stuff from Matt. Oh, and he's got the move done, and that is a beautiful move. It's Matt on the softs up to 4th place, and he defends the inside line. As you can see, the Renault on the left, the Haas on the right. There, oh! Was that a McLaren off in the background? Jumpalainen and Joe has had a bit of contact in the background. Just saw that in the back of shot. I'm not sure quite what happened there. As hopefully we'll get video footage from either Joe or Jumpalainen. I didn't catch that. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't see it.
I saw it in the background. It looked to me, off the back of shot, it looked to me as if it could have been a bit of a side pod glitch. But that's only an assumption. And speaking of under attack, Matthias is now getting closed down by Boltzmann. Both of them now just beginning to lengthen out a little bit of a gap to Weislich in 3rd at the end of lap 4, as we approach the end of lap 4 even. Boltzmann is improving on his fastest lap, so it's going to be interesting to see. He's got the run off the corner and he's trying to follow Matthias' slipstream, but Matthias won't let him in that dirty air at all and try and get a move. Button did lose a little bit of time on variable, might have had a little bit of a half spin somewhere out on track. As we're going to see a battle potentially for the lead here. Boltzmann, is he going to launch one up the inside or on the outside line possibly? Boltzmann, Button goes in the pits. Matthias, Boltzmann forced out wide, just outbreaks himself, and Matthias keeps the position for now. Boltzmann keeping on in 2nd place. A couple of moves in the background. Hamres going around the outside of turn 1. We've just seen a move from Matt at this section, and Hamres gets the move done on Seraph. Nice move by Hamres. I think Seraph is actually the one attacking Hamres here, and he could launch one potentially up the inside as Button and Joe. Both McLarens are in the pits, and I don't think the mechanics were ready for Joe there, as that was a bit of a slow stop by the McLaren team. Hassan's AI just going past in the background as well. Seraph again trying to attack Hamres. Closest battle on track at the minute. Going to be interesting to see if Wisely can close that gap as well, as we are on lap 5. Hamres has been forced out wide. Well, he's just forced himself out wide there. Seraph and Hamres changing positions. Seraph got the DRS. He's on the inside line. Hamres on the outside line. I think Hamres is going to keep the position for now. An absolute shocking camera shot, I may add, there. And Hamres does keep the position from Seraph. Are you surprised at anyone in this race? Is anybody doing better than expected, in your opinion?
Well, Onyx Mers is up 5 positions from his 11th place grid slot. He's now pressuring Variable for 5th place, just 7/10 behind, so he's my one to watch for the moment.
He is, yeah, I've got to agree on that. I don't think Onyx is close enough for moving to turn 1 though. Seraph might be though, in behind, on the back of Hamres. I think Matthias may have just outran himself at turn 1 potentially. Seraph not going for the move. quite wise to the fact that if he launched one up the inside, it could have potentially ruined both of their races. Seraph not wanting a repeat of last week, and it's good to see him just... to be honest, I would personally like to see Seraph attacking Hamres at the end of the straight into turn 1, if I've got to be brutally honest, and give us a bit of action to savour. I'm not sure if you want to speak about Button. Will he make it to the end on those mediums?
It's going to be very close, but I don't think he'll be able to make it through to the end. I think that's too many laps on a set of medium tyres.
Yeah, I mean, mediums, I'm under the impression that mediums last, what, 16, 18 laps around here?
I was thinking around the high teens, low 20s, yeah.
Yeah, Seraph still on the back as... Oh, Variable's off track. Variable's just lost position there to Onyx. Not quite sure what happened. Might have been possibly... Oh, unless Onyx and Variable were going side by side and it knocked him off track. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. And it's Bottle Job himself, and Zig. Lightning Zig has retired at the race. I think he's pretty annoyed at the fact. Bossman and... Oh, there's a VSC. And that is perfect for Bossman and Variable. They're not going to be interfering with this VSC point. Bossman's got a set of super softs. So he's probably going to get, what, 10 laps out of those? Lap 17, softs to the end, 2 stop. That's how I would see it planning out, to be honest, for Bossman. Button up to 8th, Variable just about to come out the pits, Hamres as well, just about to come out the pits. And because we are on a VSC, nobody of course can make overtakes, but that does free up Matthias out in front. He's 2.4 seconds clear under the VSC period, which I think is about to end, as the drivers in behind are starting to speed up a little bit. VSC will probably end any second now, as we just wait for it to end, and then we can get back underway with the action. And there we go, VSC has ended and DRS is now once again being enabled, and Matthias has got around about the same amount. Oh no, I think Weislig's actually closed in the VSC, has he?
Yeah, I think he gained a few tenths per second.
Yeah, Matt as well is also caught, so now that reduces the gap about 2 seconds now, separating the top 3 from what I think was about 2.5, 2.6 seconds. So Weislig and Matt are the 2 that have gained out of that VSC period, and it is, as Onyx Mer... Oh, I thought Onyx Mer was coming in the pits there. Goodness me, Matt's going for an inside move into turn 1. He's going to launch it down the inside, get the car stopped, and Matt is now up to 2nd place. So he was the one that has gained most out of that VSC period, with I think Matthias and Weislig's tyres now beginning to reach peak performance. There's normally a 2-stint degradation on the tyres I've noticed on this game. The super softs especially. They go off around about lap 8 and then come back on about lap 10. So it's almost like a first half and a second half on the tyres that everyone is on in this race. As I'm going to cut off for a minute because I'm going to go downstairs and get a drink. If you can keep an eye on the battle for first, I'll ride on board with Weislig. And I'll be back in probably about 2 minutes.
Right, no problem. As you can see, we have Matt 7/10 behind Matthias, and Matthias's tyres are going off. He may go into the pits soon for a set of medium tyres as he loses the back end. That's a fantastic save from the Toro Rosso driver, almost putting it into the barrier, but now that mistake has allowed Matt Tibos to close onto the back of him as he gets the DRS for the straight. Weislig just 6 tenths behind. We'll get the double toe as Matthias actually pits. Weislig has managed those tyres well. We'll have DRS, but Matt now leads the Bahrain Grand Prix and is my pick to win it as well. Weislig just behind. We can see Onyx Mer going down the straight. Seraph in the background as well. Followed by Bossman, who now sets the fastest lap. And of course he's already made a pit stop, but he went onto the super soft tyres, which indicates him being on a 2-stop strategy as go down the straight as Matthias exits the pits, and Matthias is out ahead of Button. One of the favourites to win this race is down in 8th position after making a pit stop. The gap up front now just over 1 second, so Wisely out of the DRS zone. Maybe that's time for Wisely to come into the pits, as his tyres will be going off just a little bit and see a bit of green on the front left tyre. Onyx merges 3 seconds behind, of course. The soft tyres will be the better tyre at the moment. The better race tyre compared to the super soft tyre, as there will be 9 laps all plus a qualifying lap, so I think Wisely should probably come into the pits. He's only half a second off his personal best lap, so he's lapping consistently with the super soft tyres, but I think staying out too long will just hinder his race, as Borsman has found a way past Vaporizer for 5th position, with Variable just 7 tenths behind Button, who was 8 tenths behind Matthias in 7th position. Interesting to see if Wisely pits and he makes the move. And James has returned.
I've returned. Yeah, I just saw the move on Borsman Vaporizer. He just sort of like knocked him out the way there. Just forced Vaporizer out a little bit. Borsman not leaving any punches, I've got to say. He's on the super softs. Is he within range? What the hell? Did you just see that?
What was it?
Vaporizer's just gone hell for leather into turn 1. What the hell happened there? That was so strange. Anyways, Wisely has dropped past Button and Variable. Wisely is stuck in the traffic. He's come out in traffic on those mediums. And he's stuck behind Button and Variable. Button, of course, we don't think he'll get to the end anyways. Variable will have to pit again. As soon as... I think Wisely is at a disadvantage here for this early part of the stint, because he's on the slower tyres compared to Variable. Variable and Button are on fresher tyres compared to him. They're both going to get away from Wisely, and Wisely will have a mountain to climb in the second half of this stint. It's guaranteed.
See Wisely's weaving on the straight.
Yeah, saw him there, weaving on the straights. Trying to get heat into those tyres, as you've just said there. Did I miss anything going in the when I was away, by any chance? Any messages? I'm going to check the comments, as Variable could be looking for a move on Button into the final corner potentially. Variable, he is going to launch it up the inside at the final corner. Button's got to give him room. Button keeps around the outside though, and that is good defensive driving and good sportsmanship between both of them. But I think Button is very vulnerable here, because Variable, you can already see the straight line difference. Whoa! Oh my God! And Button gets that penalty. I definitely saw that. I thought Variable's car was actually coming across Button. The safety car has been deployed, so neutralises the race. So on lap 11, there is the safety car. You can see the guys in the background. Seraph and Hamres getting thingy. I'm just going to review that incident. I'm going to check the comments as well. Variable frustrated, I guarantee. At this rate, Hassan's going to be getting a point. Hassan's AI will be getting a point in this race, and I will be counting him in the results, because he did attend. Right, let's just have a look on the thingy. Button Matt Borsman, by the way, was Ballboy's prediction. I just want to have a look at that. Here it is. I've got the incident on board. It is around a minute behind the stream if you want to get it up. Oh, no, that was Variables coming across. But Button saying it was a desync. And Matt from the lead is in. Onyx has sped into the pits, and this is a perfect opportunity for both Onyx and Matt. They've gone on the mediums. I think those can make the end. Do you think, Matt for Matt?
Yeah, I think. I'm just looking back at the incident.
Ooh, it's going to be tight coming out of the pits. Yeah. Matthias going on the outside of Onyx. A little bit of action here between these two, the two Dutchmen. Matthias has got that position. So Matthias gets second place out on track. Matt stays in front. So this is Matt's race. essentially, pretty much, to lose here if Button can break. Goodness me. Jesus Christ. Have you saw the incident?
Yeah, I agree with you. Variable did cut across Button.
Variable did cut across Button, but then again, if Button has got footage that he can send in to us, that'll be perfect. If he can clip that footage and send it to me after this race, we'll get that investigated, and hopefully it was a desync rather than a takeout on purpose, which, knowing Variable, it probably wasn't. For now, we do have a bit of I was looking for the word and it's gone completely out my mind. What's the word?
A break in the action.
A break in the action, yes. That makes sense. Matt currently leading the way, Matthias second, Onyx Mer third. Will Onyx get those softs to the end? I don't think he will. He'll have to pit again. I think Seraph will have to pit again, and I think Hamrez will have to pit again.
Onyx did start on soft, so he will have to pit. He'll probably pit for super softs at around lap 20.
Oh, Jesus. Not great when your drink goes down the wrong way. Live in the commentary. Jesus. I'm fine. Oh, Onyx Mer's in. Onyx Mer is in the pits. Which is quite interesting. Do you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to see if Zig is still in this party. And let's speak to him about his accident. Mr. Zig, you were live with us in the commentary box. What happened out there? You did have a bit of a spin. If he is there. I hope he is. See, I like the surprise drivers and they're not expecting them. Nope, anyways, well, I don't think he's there. Which is a shame. You may be able to hear me. I'm live in the commentary box with Aaron and now Button and Matthias. What happened, Button? Was it a desync? Okay. Yeah, obviously there was a bit of contact on our end. I personally thought Variable moved across, and I think both me and Aaron have came to that conclusion that he did move across. But if you can send that footage in to me after the end of the race, that would be perfect.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Fantastic. I think we're going to get a restart in the safety car. So good luck, Matthias and Button, for the rest of your race. And that is them two gone. Oh!
Oh, Onyx Mer's got a penalty.
He's had a severe collision with Joe. He's run into the back of him, hasn't he? Under the safety car.
Yeah.
But we are about to get underway here once again. The action is about to get underway. When is Matt going to go? Is he going to wait until the final corner? I think he's put the floor down now, and Matt says go. Is the rest being caught off? I tell you, somebody who has been caught off guard. Boastman in 6th has been caught off guard hugely there. 9/10 gap already to Seraph. DRS enabled as they start lap 14. We're halfway through, pretty much here in Bahrain, and Matt leads the way for Matthias. Button in 3rd, Wisely closing up in 4th. Is Matthias going to look for a move into turn 1? Wisely in the background trying to get past Matt. Button. Oh, Matthias is round. Matthias is round, and Wisely also round a little bit there. And that changes the complexion of the race altogether. Another possible desync perhaps, as Joe and Onyx Mer go at it. Onyx Mer diving up the inside of Joe, outruns himself, and Joe gets that place. Busman right on the back of Seraph. Seraph on the softs. Can't get those tyres up to temperature by the seams bit. So what looked like a potential match-Matt battle has now turned into Matt versus Button. for the lead of the race. Button in the McLaren for the Thrive Esports brand, trying to close in on Matt, and here we go. Now, it did say DRS was enabled. It's not. So that's a bit of a glitch in the game, which I've just picked up on, which is great. Button, though, is trying to close in on Matt. This is for the battle for the lead, and this is for track position. However, I'm under the impression Button will have to pit again. 9 laps on those mediums done already.
I think the safety car helped his tyre wear a bit, because he was able
yeah.
slower and might be a bit, just be enough to get him to the end potentially.
Ooh, I thought Vaporizer was trying to move on Hamrace. Is Button close enough for moving to turn 1? Let's have a look. He is closing up. I don't think he's closing up rapid enough. And he doesn't in the end. Bossman 3rd, Seraph 4th, Wiselig 5th. As Vaporizer tries to look for a move on Hamrace into turn 1. He's going around the outside of turn 2. This is going to be very bold if he does this. He doesn't quite pull it off. Hamrace is holding up a bit of a group here with Joe and Vaporizer and Onyx Mir in this as well. So a bit of a four-way battle for 6th going on. If you can keep an eye on the battle for the lead, that'll be much appreciated. But I'm going to concentrate on the action between a potential move from Joe. Oh, Onyx Mir dives up the inside of Joe. Wasn't expecting that one. Joe keeps the position around the outside though in the McLaren. I've got to shut my door in the meantime. I hope I don't miss an overtake. There we go. Joe keeps it in 8th place for now. Matt's pulling away from Button. I think by about, yeah, he's 1.1 seconds ahead. It was 5/10 at the start of the lap. Well, it was even less if he was closing up within DRS, and he won't be within DRS at this stage of the race. But somebody that might go for an overtake is Vaporizer, and he's right on the back of Hamrace, going up the inside, potentially at the final corner. Vaporizer dives it up the inside. Will he get the car stopped? He does, and he gets the move done, but Hamrace is possibly going to come back at him. Has he got DRS? It's Vaporizer that's got DRS, but look at Hamrace's speed compared to Vaporizer. He is a sitting duck potentially here. Both of them could be a potential sitting duck. As Vaporizer just kind of comes across Hamrace, trying to force Joe into a bit of the action. Onyx Mir is looking on behind, thinking, oh, I'm going to bag myself a bit of this. Hopefully I can get a move done. Joe is going to try and get a move done on Hamrace, though. In the meantime, dives it up the inside at turn 4 and 3. Oh, my God. No way. Defying the laws of potential gravity here. Hamrace, Onyx Mir's trying to get past Joe on the inside. Doesn't quite pull it off. That was great racing. At one point there, I thought we were going to be 3 wide at the end of the first sector. Great racing between these guys. And Seraph is catching Postman within the DRS. Action never ends here in TFRL. Seraph dives it up the inside on the softs. He probably will have to pit again though, and he's up to 3rd. Bossman still on the outside of him though. Has he got the traction? Can he get the switchback? Seraph keeps the position though and goes up to 3rd. Bossman in 4th. Wow, great racing there between some of the guys.
Yeah, it shows the mid drivers in the league.
And we've still got 11 drivers remaining, of course, 10 excluding Hassan's AI. As Bossman does try a move on Seraph potentially here. He's going up the inside. He should have it done before turn 1. Bossman up the inside if he can get the car stopped in time, which he does. He repairs the favour and goes back up to 3rd. Seraph kind of was expecting that. Button's tyres, in the meantime, are going off. Have we seen a move from Onyx Mir in the background? Nice move by Onyx in the background for 8th place. He goes past Joe, and he should now close up on Hamrace and potentially get him within this lap. But Bossman and Seraph battling out for 3rd and 4th. This is for This is for the final podium position, as I was getting my words in a bit of a twist there. Button is losing time to Matt. Matt has got this race to lose, I think. He's at the advantage. He pitted under the safety car. Bossman also on the same lap tyres as him. He is probably going to be finishing 2nd in this race. Seraph in 3rd. Do you think Button's had a bit of a a strategy mess up with his thingy. 12 laps on the mediums. Do you think he should have pitted in the safety car?
I think the car came out, what, lap 11 I think it was. So I think that would have been a bit late to go on to pit then from the super softs. And I don't think any other tyre would have been able to.
Yeah,
Button is actually under pressure from Bossman.
Yep, into turn 1, Bossman trying around the outside of turn 1. Button, though, nice position of the car there to just fend off Bossman for now. I was about to allude to Matthias just making a move, and Hamres is back up the inside of Onyx for 7th and 8th. Both of them just having a bit of squabbling. Nice driving there, I've got to say, between both of them. Matthias did cut past Joe in all of that, so he's now to 9th. And on the back as Hamres forces a move up the inside of Onyx. Onyx pushes him on the curb. Bit of aggressive driving, and this is going to let Matthias possibly through here. Hamres might relinquish the position, but these two relatively are on the same, they're on the same combiner tyres, and they're around the same tyre length. That goes. There's the yellow flag in sector 2, and it's Vaporizer round. Vaporizer is round. And has he got a puncture on that rear right? No. No, he doesn't. That's fine, but Bossman has got past Button and all of that. Bossman now up to 2nd, so he is now free, potentially, of the traffic. Seraph and Button will have to pit again. I know I can't believe I'm saying this, but Vaporizer's going. Wow! Matthias going on the outside. Is he going to cut the inside? Could have been a 2-in-1 potentially there for Matthias. Great move round the outside of Hamres, though. Gotta give it to the Dutchman. Great move round the outside of Hamres, and he's now going up the inside of Onyx, trying to repeat the favour. Matthias is on a mission, and he's up to 6th place. Very nice moves, but he is, I think, potentially. I thought he was coming in the pits, but he's not. And Joe, within the slipstream as well. Button has just got past Bossman in the background. Could potentially having Noah's Ark formation! Oh my god! Hamres has absolutely caused a huge one there. That'll get investigated after the race. Hamres' brakes possibly failed there. Onyx has got through past Joe. 3 wide. Oh, Matthias actually letting everyone through. I think that wasn't his fault, really. It was Hamres' fault, really. Trying to late lunge up the inside of turn 1. Hamres, I think, will probably get a formal warning for that, if I've got to be honest. Then maybe even a qualifying ban. I will review the footage carefully with my admins after this race, or the ones that are available. Have you got another commentary after this?
Yes, 9 o'clock. Only for half an hour now.
Well, if I get any video or footage through, or you can just watch it back on the stream after.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, Matthias tries for a move around the outside, trying to repeat the favour like he did last lap around on Hamres. Hamres having none of it though. Potentially we could have seen a bit of carnage unfold there. There's so much going on, I don't know what to keep up with. Seraph's coming in the pits. I think that's super soft to the end, surely. Bossman going around the outside of Button. As I burp into turn 1, but yeah, that's just well over the fact. Bossman is trying to get past Button though, into turn 2, well, into turn 4 now. He's going around the outside of Button, and he positions the car. Button, yeah, but I think Bossman just kind of turned in. Oh,
I've been kicked.
You've been kicked from the session. Really? Oh no.
Again?
Not again. Well, at least it is not like last week where you lasted 8 laps. Are you able to rejoin?
I'm trying now.
Restart your application, that might work.
Yeah, I've done that.
Bossman is trying to get past. If you can follow on the stream for now, that'll be great. But Bossman is trying to get past Button. Those tyres surely have got to be wearing out. Button, there is no way he can go. Like 10 laps on those tyres. He's going to be running 25 laps on those mediums, and that essentially is just insane. If the thought of that is just absolutely insane. Matthias in the background though. Onyx is holding up a little bit of a group once again. Matthias, Joe and Hamres. Hamres is at the disadvantage of course because he's been on the mediums for quite a while. He's been on those for 13 laps, coming into the end of lap 14 on those tyres. Matthias potentially could be getting a move on Onyx here for 5th place. This is for 10 points. I've totally not kept up with the fastest lap situation at all. Matthias goes around the outside of turn 1. I think Bosman's spun. Bosman has spun. What on earth's happened there? Has he had a little bit of contact with Button perhaps? A potential desync. Didn't quite see that. I would feed into Button, but I might distract him, so I'll keep on thingy. Can you join back, by the way, or...?
I'm in the lobby, but I think glitched, because I have no timing screen.
Oh! Joe's just gone for a wild one up the inside of Onyx. Onyx has got past him once again because Joe outran himself at the corner. Onyx... well, he's now ahead of Joe. He's keeping in 6th place. Matthias is starting to reach peak performance, I think, on those tyres, as we're going to cut to a battle for 2nd place. This is Button and Wiseleague. Wiseleague potentially on for another 2nd place here, as Matt32575 is running away with, what was that?
Kicked again.
Kicked again? Oh, come on, let's fix your game, for God's sake. Wiseleague is trying to get past Button though. In the meantime, he's going around the outside. You can see the blistering approaching the car. The blistering already on Button's tyres. Sanzio is coming out the pits. Button's got to try and position his car and try and defend the position off Wiseleague. It's side by side through turns 1, 2 and 3. Busman has come into the pits. Wiseleague now getting around the outside of Button. Hopefully we don't see a variable and Button sort of incident. And Button gets caught in the inside curb and Wiseleague is through. Wiseleague up to 2nd place ahead of Button, who does have a 12-second gap, and it does appear on my screen that you have joined and been kicked from the session, as you've already said. Onyx on the back of Joe now. I think Wiseleague is through into 2nd, and he'll probably start pulling away from Button. Bossman has gone on a set of softs, Seraph on a set of supers. I think he'll be setting the fastest lap very soon, if I've got to be honest. But Onyx Mer from the Lightning Esports team trying to close in on the Greek Joe. Matthias in behind, Matthias in front of them is pulling away. So Matthias is 4th place. He could be on for podium if Button's tyres go off, or if he pits. Hammers, I think, will probably have to pit as well, the Dutchman. He's been on those tyres for 15 laps now. Yeah, Button is losing time now. Let's actually ride on board with Button to see the degradation and the blistering on those tyres. You can already see by the state of the front tyres that those tyres are probably shot. Why is they gone a 1 bar? Might account for potential incident with Boastman. I will... Let's actually... Yeah, I'm going to feed into Button if he is there. Right, is Button here? Is he here? He is here. Did you see what happened with Bossman?
Yeah, he overtook me into turn 1, but we're going side by side. I go back into the slipstream, looking decent. And it's in the wall. It's like, bro, this game is actually broken.
Yeah, send me the footage in once again. My co-commentator has sadly had to leave me because of technical issues. He's well, apparently he's been kicked from the lobby. That's a horrible, horrible glitch. But I'm going to get back to commentating on the action, as is the ever-professional nature of myself. I'll speak to you three after the race. And that was Button. As now Onyx Mer tries to get past Joe. Matthias is beginning to come back to Joe and Onyx here. Both of them just being dragged along with the dirty air potentially. As Matt is leading this race by 8 seconds as we go on to lap 25, I think we're on now. No, lap 24 out of 29 with 375% race distance. Let's check your comments in the meantime, as we could see Onyx go for a move into turn 1. Onyx is going for a move into turn 1, locks up. Is he going to get past Joe around the outside of turn 2? Now into turn 3, Joe picks up a 3-second time penalty when defending the position. That's gone, I'll review that and that might get removed. Bossman sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:28.888. Double fat ladies there for Bossman. Seraph right on the back of Hamra's in the background. That's a close battle on track. Seraph, of course, is on the super softs, compared to Hamra's on 17 lap all mediums. Seraph just has to bide his time. Jumpalainen, I wouldn't want to pit earlier than lap 7 for the mediums, but guess it might be doable, but the safety car going to be a slow and slippy back end though towards the end of the race. And I've got to agree, if Jumpalainen, if you're still with us, do message me do message me in the comments what happened to you in the race, and I will mention that on stream. As Seraph has just got past Hamres for 7th place, and he will be coming up on that battle between Matthias, Joe and Onyx for 4th. It looks like the top 3 potentially could be sealed, as we're on lap 25 now of 29. Button somehow is still going 20 laps on those mediums. Hammer is still going 17 lap on his mediums. Let's have a check of any comments came through. Still think Button will need to pit though. I totally agree. I think Button does need to pit. For his safety, we could be seeing a puncture anytime soon on those tyres. Let's ride on board with him and get a feeling of how the car is feeling. And you can already tell, as I turn up my volume on my TV, you can already see degradation on the front. These tyres are about to go, I feel. There is no way he is getting those to the end. If he does, then I'll give him driver of the day. How about that? Button though just has to manage those tyres. Blistering already starting to happen. Right down the centre of the tyre. Those tyres, especially on the front left, are going to be really, really hurting the McLaren driver. Button is 8.3 seconds ahead of Matthias, so he's just got to be wary of that advantage that he's still got as we approach the end of lap 25. We're on to lap 26. Let's go on board with the battle for 5th though at the meantime. Joe coming back to Onyx and Seraph, who's on the super softs. His tyres are beginning to end that first stint, as I was already alluding to in the lobby, and he's running in ERS mode 3 there for a time. Seraph's tyres, super softs, do wear a lot quicker compared to the mediums and the softs around here in Bahrain. And we could potentially see a double way move as Onyx tries to go for a move on Joe. Is he going to try and launch it up the inside into turn 1? He thinks about it, doesn't quite pull it off. Joe keeps the position for now, but that's going to let Seraph through. Is it on the outside? Seraph has got an opportunity to overtake Onyx here, and Seraph round the outside. I think Onyx just lets him go, and that was nice sportsmanship between the Dutchman and the Portuguese driver, as Seraph is now up to 6th place. Onyx Moore picks up a 3-second time penalty. That was a bit of a shoddy bit of coding there, if I've got to be honest. I think that will get removed. In fact, I will say this now, all penalties that are not worth keeping will get removed. So, essentially that creates a free race. Seraph is trying to get past Joe, he's going up the inside potentially, up the inside. Doesn't quite make it work, but he will have the traction compared to Joe through the end of the middle sector. Seraph has just got to bide his time. He's got to wait for the DRS. He might not have to wait for the DRS though, because he's now around the outside into the final corner. He's just about to approach side by side with him, but he does get the car stopped in time. Onyx is losing ground on this battle as well now, so he is starting to become a bit of a no man's land. As we're on lap 27, we've got 3 laps including this one to go. Matt leads the way by 10.4 seconds. Wisely, I fear, has just made a little bit of a mistake, because that was 8 seconds, if I recall. Seraph now going up the inside of Joe. Joe has to maintain an outside line to try and defend this. This is going to be very hard on his part. Seraph now up the inside, now on the outside line. Joe somehow has kept this position though. Seraph forced off track, a little bit of contact. Seraph, I think, was trying to get back into the slipstream of Joe, so personally, I feel that was Seraph's fault, if I've got to be honest. Just moving across him a little bit. After this race, we will speak to Button. Oh, and Joe's gone for a spin. Joe goes for a spin. I think he was just putting too much power down. And Joe, from what would have been 5th place, now sees himself on the back foot once again. And he is in a bit of a no man's land as we start at lap 28 out of 29. Button somehow is keeping those tyres going. He is getting closed down by Matthias. And there is your race leader, Matt, 32575, leading the way in the Renault. From Wiselig in second, who's looking pretty comfortable for a 2nd place finish. And he will go to the top of the standings on 36 points, if I do recall. Unless he's got fastest lap, and then of course he'll get an extra point added to that. I'm trying to board with Hamres. Hamres is on board. Hamres is trying to go for a move up the inside. Late move by Hamres up the inside of Joe. Not pulling it off. So Joe keeps the position. He wants to try and keep that 7th position, so it aids him further on in the championship. And at this point in the race, I do ask my co-commentator for driver of the day. He has sadly had to leave us due to technical issues. My driver of the day, if he gets home on those tyres, which is looking ever more possible, Thrive Button potentially could be getting my driver of the day, and he could be eating my own words. But Seraph is right on the back of Matthias though in the background. Here comes Seraph up the inside. The Portuguese driver is going to launch one up the inside of Matthias, and Seraph gets through up to 4th. So the super soft gamble paying off at this stage in the race. He could be potentially on for podium if these tyres go for Button. We're on the final lap, and Matt leads onto the final lap with 12.5 seconds over Wiselig. Button in 3rd. He's just got to try and maintain those tyres. The rate of the tyres. The way the rate of the tyres are falling off, Seraph potentially could have him before the end of this race. And it's not out of the question that Matthias could get him as well. As now Matthias is trying to follow in the slipstream of Seraph. Oh my god, look at the speed difference! Look at the speed difference there. Matthias gets one past Seraph. Seraph's tyres are going off, by the way, as well now. So he has got to try and launch one. This could be for a podium position. This battle is for a podium position because Button is being reeled in quickly by Matthias and Seraph. Matthias on 4-lap old fresher tyres. Seraph on completely fresher tyres compared to these two. They're trying to ball with Matt though. He's coming around the final couple of corners. He's going to do the 2nd last corner now. As Seraph, let's just ride on board for this at the minute. Oh, Seraph has a spin! Seraph has a half spin! Matthias is the only one that can interfere on Button getting the podium. Matt round the final corner, he is going to win here in Bahrain, but the action is in behind. Wiselig is going to finish 2nd. Button, is he going to hang on for a podium? Matthias trying to launch one up the inside there. Button covering the line. He is going to try and make those tyres go for one more corner. Matthias getting forced off track. Button doesn't want to give this up lightly. It's similar to Montana and Button. Last time he goes for a switchback, he hits the back of him though. And Button hits the back of Matthias. And Matthias is going to get 3rd place from Button on the line. Seraph, if he didn't have the half spin, finished for his 5th. He potentially could have been right in the prime spot for the podium. Onyx in 6th, Joe 7th, Hamres 8th. Boastman comes across the line in 9th, and Hassan's AI gets that final point in 10th because of everyone else's retirement. So let's see the podium celebrations, and let's see the final, which can yet be decided, of course. I'm going to have a look into the incidents with Variable and Button, and Bossman and Button, of course. Of course, investigations are at the paramount of everything that we do in TFRL. We want to create clean, competitive and social racing throughout. And by investigating all of this, hopefully it will make racing a lot cleaner and a lot quicker, and it'll stamp out the guys that might want to try and ruin us going forward. But there is your final Classified result, for now anyways. Matt wins in Bahrain by 12 seconds from Wiselig, and second, good drive from him. Matthias in third. Button is going to get my drive of the day. He misses out on a podium spot by 0.2 of a second. Sarah finishing in 5th, Onyx in 6th, Joel 7th, Hammer's 8th, Postman 9th, Hassan in 10th, Vaporweiser, Variable, Lightning Zig and Jumpalainen all raced with us as well. As I will now unmute everyone and let's get some interviews done with the main guys that are in this party. Can anybody hear me, first of all?
Nope, sorry.
Oh, terrible. Where's Zig? Where's Zig went? I tried to get his thing. I tried to get his opinion. To watch the rugby. Wow. There's more important things than life than crashing out of a race, finishing 13th. So sadly he is not available. Yeah, he's not available to be interviewed at this moment, but who is available to be interviewed is Button and Matthias. I've got to come to Matthias first. You cheeky bugger, you snatched that podium away from Button by 0.2 of a second. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel really sorry for Button.
You feel really sorry for Button. Are you willing to get that third place to him or not?
Not that sorry.
Ah, there we go then. You've heard it from Matthias first. But talk us through your race, because I know you did get a very good start off the line. Talk us through your race. And qualifying, I may add.
Qualifying was okay. Got the best lap possible for me. The start, yeah, I nailed it. To be honest. And then just mainly tire saving. And then the virtual safety car came, and yeah, I knew Matt was going to win after that.
Yeah, that VSC came at the wrong time for drivers, and I think you were one of them that was caught up in that category, if I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I was just past the pit lane when it came out.
Oh, rotten luck. But you did get a podium anyways. Looking forward to China. I know you said you're not going to be here, so let's look forward to Baku. Are you hoping to achieve anything out of that race?
I hope so. I'm really slow there, but I hope to achieve some points.
Well, Montana's not around this season, so it is everyone's to play for, I've got to be honest. It is really everything to play for. And let's go to Button, because I want to talk about the two desyncs first of all. Give us your point of view. I know you gave us your point of view about the Boast map. I think you gave them your opinion about both of them, but to viewers that might be tuning in now and have missed the race, and if you have, then I despise you. But talk us through what happened from your point of view with those two desyncs.
Well, for both of them, they got past me, and then I switched back in to get the slipstream because it's like in the middle of a straight, and like because the desync's so bad, they just spin, and there's no contact on my screen, so I didn't get any like penalties or anything. It was just really unfortunate for those guys.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate, and I think it was Variable and Bossman that were caught up in that. As I was saying at the end of the race, we'll look into that. Myself, Aaron, and Keelan will look into that. Forgot his name for a minute there. That's not great. Yeah, we will look into that, and as I said, investigations are at the forefront of everything that we do in TFRL. And your rear left was on 97%. Is that true?
Yep.
Wow. Unbelievable. If only that was a couple of percent less, you might have got that podium. But are you... another question that I want to ask you is, are you attending China?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Quali, like I did today. So I had to start on super softs in 9th place because I didn't go faster on the softs, and that was a compromise my strategy a lot.
Yeah, but China is probably one of those tracks that thingy. No, Onyx. Baku is not next. It's China, but obviously Matthias is not going to be here next week, so that's what I was saying about Baku. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the channel. By the way, we've now got 115 subscribers. If we can get that above 120 before the end of the night, that'll be much appreciated. There will be some juicy announcements coming in the next couple of weeks as well that I'm not going to reveal to anyone at this moment in time. But I know one of the guys in this party does know what it is.
That means I don't.
Yes, that is you. And no, you don't. No, just keep it to one side. But anyways, unless you guys want to add anything, I think we're done.
Nah.
I think we are.
97% rear left. That's what I'm gonna say.
97% rear left. And on that note, if your driving is as good as Buttons, then come and race with us in TFRL, because we have had once again a thrilling night of action here in TFRL, and it'll continue tomorrow night in B League. Myself and Aaron will be reunited in the commentary box. Hopefully there won't be any technical issues like tonight. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you to everyone who commented. Thank you to the drivers for competing. Thank you to Lightning Zig, even though he's not here, for hosting the lobby tonight. And until tomorrow, once again around Bahrain for the B League, it is goodbye.